What single scene ruined an entire movie, franchise, TV series? Somehow, Palpatine returned. Who has a better story than Bran the Broken? Edit. To everyone saying it was ruined by then. You might be right. But there was no saving it after that. Barney and Robin getting divorced like 5 minutes after they got married. The final 5 minutes of the original Roseanne. Dan died, the sisters swapped husbands, Mom's gay, Jackie's gay. This was all a book. The moment I heard how they pronounced Aang's name in M. Night's adaptation of Avatar instantly killed me with laughter as well as the whole movie. Edit. Hey everyone, I don't remember saying any of this. All I remember is no war in Ba Sing Se. Albus Severus Potter, that kid got bullied a lot and you know it. How I Met Your Mother, 9 years of development and growth ends up trashed with 90 seconds of Barney and Robin getting divorced. Mom makes a cameo and Ted and Robin hook up. I have never gone back and watched a single rerun because of that debacle. Every doctor, hospital, show depicting physicians getting involved in patients' private lives once they leave medical care. Seriously, no physician around here does that unless he's trying to get laid. The finale of Pretty Little Liars, when the evil twin sister is revealed, ruined the whole show for me. The Dothraki charge into the Night King's army. I just sat there and told myself, what the fuck is this ridiculous shit? Are you going to King's Landing to kill Cersei? Jaime almost died in a fight. They should have let him die. Arya finds him, takes his face, becomes Jaime, goes to Cersei, she dies in his arms after he stabs her, prophecy fulfilled, then she shows Cersei it was her as she's dying. But she can't kill the Night King and Cersei, yeah, because she never should have killed the Noct King. Jon Snow was supposed to kill the Night King. Just once it would have been nice to have something happen that was expected. They got so obsessed with surprises that they ruined some major plot opportunities. My mom is still mad about the final scene of Saint Elsewhere. Dexter is a lumberjack. The few last minutes of How I Met Your Mother. The scene where the mom fucked a Mexican drug dealer on the hood of a car. And #X200B. The show was weeds. I really hated that in the movie For 12 Years a Slave they had him hook up with a woman while he was a slave. In his book, it's a true story that he wrote himself after getting out. He says he stayed faithful to his wife the whole time. I don't care if someone thought the audience wouldn't believe that, it's wrong for them to insert something like that when he clearly stated he didn't. The kiss between Sharon Carter and Captain America in Civil War. Why did they kiss in the first place and why was it never addressed again? Carl Grimes' death. Fuck Scott Gimble or whatever his name is. Honestly, the Red John reveal in The Mentalist kinda pissed me off. It just felt like they had a hat with every minor character name in it and just picked one. How has nobody mentioned the infamous Martha? Why did you say that name? Scene from Batman vs Superman. It's unforgivably dumb. Also the element in Avatar being called unobtainium. So stupid. That movie came out, what, 12 years ago? I still randomly get pissed off about that from time to time. Edit. Guys, to be clear, I understand the Martha thing, and what it means. That's not the issue. The issue is that it was fucking stupid, and it felt clumsy as hell. Edit 2. People are still explaining how the Martha thing actually makes sense. Guys, I get it. When Zapp left American Gladiators in 1995, George Clooney cut himself loose from a space station in order to save Sandra Bullock. His velocity was 0 relative to the station. He wouldn't have fell, and he wasn't pulling her down. The end of the movie Law-Abiding Citizen, it was great up until then. I loved Supernatural, and everything was pretty perfect all the way through season 5. Good character development, redemption arcs, tying the original storyline up with a nice bow. Sam will be trapped forever, but in doing so redeems himself and saves the Earth. Dean might finally have a chance at happiness and the stable home life he deserves. And the NNN nope. Sneaky last moment of the last episode of season 5, Sam has escaped from hell and is back on Earth, so everyone get ready for like 8 more seasons of this. When Deb fucking confessed her love toward Dexter. Who the fuck confesses romantic feelings to their brother? I don't care, he was her adopted brother, it's still her fucking brother. Entirely ruined the rest of the show for me. The stupid therapist put the idea into her head, too. She didn't even feel that way until then. Dear writers, don't do this. The last 5/10 of a minute of Veronica Mars. Couldn't watch Bones after what happened to Sweets. Oh man. Where to even start with Game of Thrones? Edit. I'm just gonna say I'm digging all the got hate on here. Really proud. I also want to say that the disaster of GOT, especially S8, led to the creation of some of the best memes ever made by humankind. The roast of the series is still going strong, as this thread clearly indicates. When Joey and Rachel kiss. The ending of Sex and the City. Sorry kids, but in real life Big wouldn't have chased Carrie to Paris and things magically work out for them. I would have been much happier with Carrie riding off into the sunset as a happy single gal who's not ready to settle for a guy who jerked her around for years. And I'm a happily ever after movie, TV show kinda person. But it just didn't fit the narrative of SATC for me. When Rory ended up pregnant, not to mention completely washed up, in the Gilmore Girls revival. When Indiana Jones jumped into that fridge to avoid a nuclear bomb strike. Well, obviously, Bobby's showering in Dallas, after having been dead for 13 weeks. Chris Chibnall single-handedly destroying more than 50 years of Doctor Who by making the timeless child be the Doctor. A guy at the stand in Gladiator. He had a camera and was wearing jeans. Man, that guy was from the future. The VIPs in Squid Game. They could have just shown up and not said a single word. The point of powerful rich men would still be made, but it wouldn't ruin the last couple of episodes with horrid dialogue. Not so much a scene, but the butthole removal in the movie Cats. Like we all knew it was going to be a flop, but you know, with some butthole here and there, you might bring in a few more folks. Maybe the furries. I dunno man, shrugging light skin tone. How they ended the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Killed me that Orlando Bloom's character can only see his wife and son every 10 years. May already be on here, but Scrubs had an amazing last scene, JD seeing his happy future as he says goodbye to Sacred Heart. Then they made another season. Someone needs to keep a tally. I think GOT is winning with Himmum, TWD, Star Wars and Dexter close behind. That kiss scene in Prince Caspian. Not in the book, made no sense in the context of the story, but for some fucking reason they decided to shoehorn it in and sprinkle a load of sexual tension throughout the film leading up to it. Totally ruined the film, and given how shit Dawn Treader was, I think Prince Caspian was the beginning of the end of that series. That shit episode of Stranger Things where there were other kids with powers. Poochie leaving for his home planet. Like what the fuck, they just introduced this rad character for Itchy and Scratchy to hang with and then he just leaves. Daenerys in the last episode of GOT. It was so dumb and forced. She's still the best character and I pretend it didn't happen. I don't know if it counts, but there is also the game Little Hope. I loved it until the ending, it ruined everything and I don't even want to replay it anymore. Jumping the shark scene in Happy Days. When a threat was built up for 8 seasons and was stabbed by a teenaged girl causing him to shatter, and an entire army that he had been raising from the dead for thousands of years dropped dead. All he had to do was not show up to the fight at all. I had no problem with who it was. I had a problem with how such a heavy threat was apparently brought down so easily. Fuck that. Michael Scott leaving the office. That's gotta be the scene from season 12 from Doctor Who, where they explain that the Doctor is not from this universe and that the people who found her stole the secret to practical immortality from her. This single scene rewrote everything we know about the Doctor and destroyed the legacy of one of the longest running TV shows. Rip William Hartnell, you will always be the first Doctor in my heart. When James Corden showed up. In WandaVision, Monica Rambeau telling Wanda, they'll never know what you sacrificed to them, after she literally kidnapped and mentally tortured men, women, and children. She knew 100% what she was doing and didn't care. Fuck Wanda.